Hello everybody and welcome to this week's special AVARigs, or chilled out AVARigs, as we all discussed. I am joined by two special guests. First one being Mr. Zach.
Hello.
And then this beautiful, extremely custom, one-of-a-kind system that Zach built. How do you feel about it?
I feel pretty mellow about it, really.
Pretty mellow?
Yeah, it was a relaxing process putting this one together.
Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna dive into all of inspirations and any challenges he might have gone through. But as always, per tradition on AVARigs, we're gonna go through what's actually in this system, and then I will let Zach talk about what the system can actually do and what we built it for. So beyond that, sit back and enjoy a special episode this week. All right, before we actually get into what is inside this build, couple shout outs, and then I actually want to talk to you about who we actually built this for. So we built this for someone special, a new partner of ours. Isn't that correct, Zach?
That's correct. We built this system for Sean O'Malley. You may know him from the UFC. He's currently undefeated, 16-0.
Okay, all right. A lot better than me, to be honest. We had a couple sponsors for this build. So we had ASUS, and we had Intel, and we had Alphacool. And I also want to give a shout out to Mainframe, who is a partner of ours who works with us on building cables or designing cables, I should say, for a lot of specialty builds and just anybody who wants something, special to their system in terms of cable and customization, right?
Yep, they'll give us anything we want made to order. So,
all right.
Had these specially made just for this system.
All right, awesome. So let's go ahead and get into what is actually in the system. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what is in this system. So we're going to start with the case. So it is a Lian PC011 dynamic case, which Zach has done some pretty cool modifications to.
That's right. I tore it apart rivet by rivet. I painted the feet, the motherboard back tray. I went ahead and put a pretty chill sticker bomb on the front, coated that with lacquer so it's nice and durable. All in all, I'm happy with how it came out.
It is actually a really, really nice build. So I've actually seen Zach throughout the... How long did it take you to build this? Couple months. So throughout the couple months process, I've seen him actually do quite a bit of the process to getting the case the way that he wanted it. And I'm going to tell you, it was a very interesting process. And I did see a lot of tears. I did. It
was a long process, a lot of back and forth. It probably would have been a shorter time frame if we would have had, everything on hand. But these mod builds, they get kind of complicated sometimes.
Most definitely. Well, it turned out really, really good. So let's go ahead and dive into the motherboard. So it is going to be an ASUS ROG Maximus 11 Hero. And then CPU is going to be an Intel i9 9900KF. So when it comes to the 9900KF, what's the difference between just regular 9900K?
There's no integrated graphics, so sometimes that can give a little bit of buff in overclocking performance just because there's no power distribution for that integrated graphics. All
right, cool. So as for the graphics card, seeing as you're going to need one because there's no integrated graphic, is going to be an ASUS ROG RTX 2080 Ti Turbo. So there's a lot of RTX cards out there. What made you want to go with this one?
So this is what's known as a reference style card, and because this is a liquid cooled system, we felt that this card from ASUS was the best choice to pair with Alphacool and give us this system. All in all the components combined is definitely going to serve Sean well. He likes to stream and game, and it's going to do everything for him.
All right. So for memory, 32 gigabytes of DDR4. It's going to be GSkill Trident Royal Z memory. I think the Trident, or not the Trident, the Royal style of memory fits well in this build.
It does. I picked it because I felt like it tied in well with the percolator we have in here.
Oh yeah. We'll talk about that in a second here. And then just a couple things to round it off. You're going to have a 1 terabyte Samsung 970 Evo Plus M.2. It's going to be partnered with a 2 terabyte Samsung 2.5 inch SSD. And then we have obviously the mainframe cables, and then all of the liquid cooled components except for one piece provided by Alphacool. So now we're going to dive into the inspiration, the things that make this specific build one in a million. I mean, actually, it's one. It's the only one. It's the only one that will ever be. And then some of the trials that Mr. Zach here might have ran across and how he overcame them. So now I want to take a few moments to talk to Zach about the inspirations, any difficulties he might have had, and then essentially how this came to be what it is today. So the first things first, though, I do want to talk about what actually makes this system its own. So Zach, take it away.
I feel like the thing that really pulls this system away from anything else is we actually have a percolator inside. I don't believe any other computer has ever done this before. Went down to the local shop and picked out this bad boy. I think a nice little detail is it's got an O in there for O'Malley.
Okay, all right.
I think it adds a nice little personal touch to it.
Most definitely. I mean, that's one thing we strive for here is personalization. We want every computer that we build or any system we build to be yours. And that's little things like that, to me, that goes a long way, just as a consumer in general. So let me ask how hard it was to modify that to allow it to work.
It was a bit of a trial and error process, kind of meshing together the liquid cooling fittings with the percolator.
Okay.
Eventually landed on using epoxy, and I used I inserted a hardline tube into the top to keep the air in there, kind of make it look like it would in its natural state.
Okay. Right. All right.
Complete with the well-loved water and everything.
So how did you get the coolant to look like that?
I actually pulled up a color wheel like a nerd and went through drop by drop and tuned it. Yeah.
How long did that take you?
It took me about half hour or so.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
No.
I mean, for a half hour, you really nailed the color. Let me tell you. All right. So I think one of the biggest things for me, question wise, is obviously this has a lot of personalization to it. Unmatched personalization, in my opinion. How did this actually come about? So pretty much a collaboration between us, AVADirect, you included, obviously, and Sean O'Malley.
Of course. So Sean approached us, and he was looking for a new system. He streams.
Okay.
So he was looking for something new that could play his games and stream at the same time, and we put this together for him. And of course, he is an advocate for the chilled out lifestyle, so we wanted to make something that that represented that.
Most definitely. I think you did really good when it comes to that.
I wanted it to be showboat, but not too over the top, and I feel like I got that balance. I hope he's happy with it.
Right, and from what I heard, everything he does now is on an old college laptop. Is that correct?
Something like that.
Okay.
Old Dell, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's what I heard. Well, he's gonna have a big upgrade now.
Yeah, this is a pretty big upgrade.
All right. So, one question I have is, what was the most difficult thing about this build?
Most difficult thing, honestly, the process of painting.
Really?
Difficult on a computer case, yes. So, what a lot of people don't realize is typical automotive processes on small pieces like this lend to a lot of drip and problems that just you don't see on larger panels because it has the surface area to smooth out. So I had to use very thin paints with airbrush and just take my time with it. It was painstaking, but I feel like it paid off.
How many hours did that take?
Of painting, I would say about 8 hours of painting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's not even the whole case. It's the feet, the back tray, the back panels here. you know, but it takes a while to get that stuff just right.
Right. I mean, honestly, I know I've said it a million times, but you did a good job. For me, the reason that I am praising you so much is me personally, I couldn't do something like this. I'm going to be honest. Like, I couldn't, for the amount of time and effort that has gone into this, like, I would have gave up in like 2 hours and like, well, I'm just going to.
I try to push myself with every build, and it's important to me that the build not only looks good on camera, but looks good in person.
Almost definitely.
Builds like these, 99% of the people that see it are going to see it on camera.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that. I'm aware of that. I could probably get away with a lot of things, but it's important for me to take the time and make sure it's perfect, so the person who's getting it, in this case Sean, can actually enjoy it. It's not just about the wow factor. To me, it's about the entire experience has to be good. So
most definitely. I mean, the way I look at it is, if you were building this for you, you would take those extra steps.
Absolutely.
So you want to give that to the consumer, or in this case, Sean.
I'm not afraid of the systems I mod. One of the systems I modded previously, I actually purchased from here.
Yeah, and that was our Section 9 build, right?
Section 9 system, yes, absolutely. I'm proud of the work I do here.
Most definitely. Zach does do phenomenal work for us. Not only what you guys see, on our YouTube channel and our videos, and what our customers see as well, but behind the scenes, he does a lot of good work for us. Overall, I'm very proud of the build and the work that he has, done here at AVA.
I hope this catches a lot of attention. I'm interested to see what people think of it. I'm interested to see what Sean thinks of it once he gets it in his hands.
I think he's gonna be very pleased. I really am. So with that, I don't think I have any more questions. Overall, this is a beautiful build. So I think, I do have one last question. So,
Sure.
What does Sean mainly play? So what is he going to be streaming on this?
Currently, I believe he's mainly playing Fortnite.
Okay. All right. Well, he's going to get...
But he's got the room to move up to other games if he wants to.
Oh, yeah. He's going to get an ungodly amount of frames. That is for sure.
Yeah.
But, with how big, the competitive scene is coming, or as big as the competitive scene is becoming, having a system like this, the more frames, obviously, if you've ever played any competitive FPS, well, that's not an FPS. If you ever played any competitive game, you always want the most frames. In this case, it can look good and still have a very, very high frame rate, which it's you don't have to compromise, which is pretty awesome. So
nothing about this system's about compromise.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right, everybody. Well, that is going to wrap up this week's chilled out AVARigs. So after getting done stroking Zach's ego up and down, I just have a couple last things I do want to say. So we're going to be sending out this system very, very soon, within the next day, I assume.
Yep.
So keep your eyes peeled to Sean's Twitch, because I would assume he's going to do an unboxing or something of that nature.
Absolutely.
So we are genuinely curious to see his reaction, and we hope you are too. So go ahead and hop over to his Twitch at twitch.tv/Sugar Show. That's SUGASHOW_OG. And be sure to give him a follow at his Twitter, which is going to be Sugar Sean MMA. And then, as always, be sure to drop us a like, subscribe to our YouTube for more content, and go follow us at all of our social media channels. So it's going to be at AVADirect all across the board. And obviously just go like us on Facebook, search AVADirect. It's simple. But beyond that, if you want a system like this is you're gonna have to call us. So you just call us and get a hold of one of our one of our talented salesmen, and then they will get a hold of Zach, and we can make something like this for you. It doesn't have to be exactly like this, but essentially, if you can dream it, I would say we can build it 100%.
If you can dream it, I can build it.
He can build it. All right. But beyond that, thank you, everybody. Again, thank you to ASUS and Intel and Alphacool for all your help on this and making this making this happen for Sean. And Sean, from all of us here at AVADirect, we hope you enjoy this system. If you like the PC in this video, be sure to contact our sales team at sales@avadirect.com, or you can head over to our website by clicking on the link in the description below.
You can choose from many pre-built options, gaming or workstation based, or use our configurator to build a PC of your dreams. Be sure to click that thumbs up button and subscribe, and don't forget to follow our social media channels at avadirect.com